Hello. Are we back? Let's just make sure. I think we are back. Let's be sure before I start talking too much that you guys are here and we're back. I just sent out an email to everybody again with the new link, so hopefully people are able to jump back on. Let's see here. If you are here, please put something in the chat for me so that I know that you are here, that you can see me and hear me. Let's see. Let me make sure. There's Sheila. All right. I think we might be in business now, you guys. Hear me? Okay. Good, good, good. I think we're better than we were. I had it set up before, but you couldn't see my screen. So I need you to be able to see the slides. That's the whole point of this, right? So let me make sure we're back to something. Okay. Yay! Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I'm still new to this whole YouTube live thing, so you know, I go Facebook Live, I can do Zoom, I can do all these things, but YouTube Live is new to me. And I know I look like I've been in like, you know, some kind of accident or, you know, got in a fight with a panther, but it was a Christmas decorations accident here. So I know I'd love going live when I don't feel like I like my best, but that's what we're doing today. So, all right. So you guys, thanks for joining me. We're here to talk all about shipping. And I think that is one of the biggest issues that people have when they're thinking about opening an Etsy shop, or they have one, or they're just thinking about selling online. Shipping is probably one of the biggest hurdles I think that people go through. So if you've had trouble with shipping, or if you've been worried about shipping, or if you've had questions about shipping, please put them in the chat. I am happy to answer, you know, as soon as we're done this presentation. It's a short presentation. And as soon as we're done, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. I have shipped over, 6,000 and some orders in my Etsy shop. And, you know, through my website and through other, you know, avenues, mostly, you know, 90% is through Etsy. So I do have some experience with shipping all different sizes of things from small to big. So if you have shipping questions, specific ones that I don't answer through this presentation, please make sure to put them in the chat or whatever. And for those of you saying that you were late, I'm glad, because I was late because I had technical difficulties. So we're just starting. And yes, the kitten got me. I know, it looks like I got attacked by something, but no, that was Christmas decorations and we were having trouble and something fell on my face. And yeah, when you're trying to get it down from the loft and everything. Anyways, let's go. Let's move on. Let's move on to the good part of why you're here, okay? So I'm going to see what I can do here to get this big enough so that you can see it. Not that one. Wrong button. Yay! Thanks for joining me, you guys. I'm so glad. Okay. So I'm going to make me smaller. Does that work? Okay. And that way you can see my slides. All right. That over here, this over here. I know, Brian, I'm so close to you. We are going to get together one of these days for sure. Okay. For sure. Okay. So welcome, you guys. In case you don't know me yet, I am Lauren Kilgore. I have the Etsy shop Beautiful Mesh, and I sell wreaths, other home decor. I mean, I sell some supplies and stuff, but mostly it's wreaths. So but you know, this whole webinar is really about shipping in general. So it's not just shipping wreaths, but I have experience shipping everything from small to large. And I have partnered with Etsy as an instructor with Etsy U to bring you information. I do a couple of these webinars a year. Last one we did was on holiday trends. This one's going to be on shipping. So welcome, you guys. So we're going to go over a couple of topics. This is sort of the general outline of what we're going to talk about. Key shipping dates, how to use Etsy's delivery tools, some best practices, things like that. Okay. Now, remember, a competitive delivery strategy can go a long way towards your shop's success, and we'll discuss a few of the reasons why. So first, I want you to just remember a few key shopping dates and shipping dates. So obviously we've already had Black Friday. We've already started Hanukkah. Cyber Monday is today. But going forward, make sure that you're paying attention to obviously key shipping dates, because a lot of the stuff that people buy on Etsy is holiday related. A lot of people do like to buy for certain seasons and certain holidays on Etsy. So make sure that you're paying attention to those dates as things go on throughout the year, so that you are, I know people have like shipping cutoff dates for Christmas. You might consider it for other holidays as well, just because, people want to get their stuff in time. Okay, let me go down. So when we're talking about sort of the four main, let me make this smaller so that you can see. It should be, there we go. You don't have to see my whole screen. The four main parts of shipping. So there's setting it up on the back end, of course. Within Etsy, making sure that you get all of your shipping profiles straight, all that kind of stuff, that your setup is good. Then you have to make sure that you're looking at all the options that you have available to you, whether that's upgrades, different carriers. We'll talk about, those kinds of things. Then we need to talk about prepping your orders, packaging supplies, labels, tracking, and then post-delivery. So anything after, things leave you. We're talking about returns and reviews and things like that. So first, talking about the back end setup, you can create, I don't think that there's a limit on shipping profiles on Etsy. I have a ton, so I don't think, I've never seen a limit. There might be one, but it's probably pretty high. You can create a ton of shipping profiles on Etsy, one for every product if you really want to, but that starts to get more confusing, because if you have to change something, then you got to change all of them. That's just a big pain in the butt. It's easier if you create shipping profiles for each like class of product, or like type of product, size of product. You can have, a ton of different shipping profiles, but you can only have one profile that's connected to a listing. So each listing can only have one profile. So, but each shipping profile, maybe you have things that ship, that are done and you don't need to make, and you can ship right away. Or maybe there are ones that you do need to make, and so you have your processing time a little bit longer. So you might have different different profiles depending on what it is you sell. There's two main types of profiles on Etsy. There's calculated and there's fixed. So calculated just means that once you fill out all the information, you actually have to fill out a little bit more information, so that Etsy knows how to calculate it, because shipping is based on the boxes or the packages size and weight, your zip code, and the recipient zip code. So you have to give Etsy that information on the package size ahead of time, so that they can calculate your prices appropriately. So calculated, it works better for certain items than others. It doesn't work well, I don't think, for larger items, just because because of the way shipping is now. Calculated prices on Etsy only display for the post office. They don't show you calculated prices for FedEx, which is a little bit of a limitation because larger packages don't ship normally with USPS. Normally we use FedEx or UPS. So when you're talking about calculated prices, it's just going to show the customers a really high USPS cost, and that's probably not going to be accurate. So you can, yes, you can refund them later, and obviously if there's overages and whatnot, you will, but it can scare people away, you know, at the get-go. If there's anybody here that's not in the US, I'd love to, you know, put it, you know, there is a little bit of a different information for people outside of the US, but so if you're here from outside of the US, let me know in comments where you're from. Okay, so in my shop, I do use a fixed cost. So a fixed cost profile is where it's just a flat fee for, you know, that profile. So everything in that profile ships for the exact same amount. So again, you have those two options to do. You have to select your processing time. So that's how long before you take the, you know, this to be shipped out. So how long is it going to take you to make it, to package it, to put it together? The trickiest thing about processing times is that you want it to be short enough that people are enticed to buy, that people, you know, because people with Amazon really love having things quickly. So, you know, if you have a long lead time, people are less likely to purchase because they want their items quickly. So, but you also don't want to have those lead times really short because, you know, you don't want to bust your butt and, you know, kill yourself to, you know, trying to do this, you know, trying to get these items out really fast. So make sure that you're doing, you know, an appropriate amount of time. You can ship to just the US. If you're in the US, you can ship to just the US. You can pick certain countries, which is kind of nice because maybe there are, you know, some main countries that you really want to ship to. There might be some that are a little bit more difficult than others to ship to. Or maybe you just want to start out with one country. Maybe you just want to do Canada and see how that goes, and then you can open it up to some more. So you can pick and choose the countries that you want to ship to, and you can also change the dollar amount. So you can, I've shipped to Australia, and that's a little bit more than shipping to the UK. So you can change the amount by country. You'll also make sure to select the shipping services so that Etsy can sort of calculate the time and the estimated delivery time. You can do free shipping. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And you can add a handling fee if you want to. Buyers don't see that. That's sort of just wrapped into their shipping charge. So does anyone have any questions on shipping profiles? It's been quiet here for a minute and I get scared because, again, I haven't done YouTube Live. So tell me if you guys are still here, you're with me, and this is making some sense. I want to make sure that everybody is we're still on the same page. Okay. So we can talk a little bit also about postage rates. Let me make sure we are still live. So yeah, if you guys drop a comment for me so I know that y'all are still there. So postage rates. So again, I remember that postage rates are dependent on the package size and weight, your zip code, and the destination zip code. So you can, now there's, you know, again, you can do a calculated profile or you can do a fixed profile. If you do a calculated profile and your postage is too much, you can always, if they collect too much from the buyer and it doesn't end up costing you that much, you can definitely send the customer a refund or a partial refund after the sale for shipping overages. There's a specific refund that's for shipping overages. And I do that, if it's probably 5 to 10 or more dollars more than it should be. If it's only, a dollar, a couple dollars, I probably don't, because that just becomes a little bit of a hassle if it's, just pennies. Yes, you can refund shipping overages. If you're doing a fixed cost profile, just remember that you need to come up with a really good average of how much your items cost to ship so that you don't lose money. But we'll talk about how to not lose money. But, it's going to be an average. So sometimes you might, be a little bit over. Sometimes you might be a little under. But that's the whole point, is that you're getting close to an average. And you can evaluate that quarterly, yearly. I usually evaluate it yearly. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Delivering internationally. Now, I was scared at first to ship things internationally. Has anyone here shipped anything international? I'm curious. I was scared for the first few years to ship anything international, and I finally bit the bullet and did it. And I'm so glad I did, because I've been able to ship to Germany, to the UK, to France, to Canada, to Australia, to all kinds of different countries. And it's just really fun to have my items like all over the world. And the great thing is that Etsy does make it really easy for you to ship international. It's going to print out that customs form that you need, and you literally just put it on the box. I thought I was going to have all this extra paperwork and I didn't know what to fill out. It's already filled out for you, which is the great part. And, so you don't have to worry about going to the post office or figuring out. You just need to go through Etsy's shipping labels, and it'll print out your normal shipping label and it'll print out a customs label, and you're just going to slap that on the box. And it should have all the information that they need. So that's an advantage. I would say if you have not started shipping internationally yet, play around with some of the countries. Some of the more popular countries that Etsy ships to are, the ones I mentioned, like the UK, France, Germany, Canada, Australia. I think those are some of the largest ones. So I would say try one or two of them. And just see how it goes. You might, play with some estimates. I can tell you, for my products, how much it costs to ship that far, but you're going to have to find out for your size packages and whatnot, what it costs. But figure, play around with some, with some amounts, and you can put that on. You can even do a calculated profile for that, and Etsy will figure it for you. I did a fixed cost, with a good average, but I'm glad that I did it. So yes, you can purchase your labels right through Etsy, and it does that customs stuff for you. So when we talk about delivery options and processing times and stuff like that, so Etsy is going to give people an estimate of when their order is about to ship, or when it should arrive. So make sure that you're putting in your zip code accurately in there, your carrier accurately in there, so that Etsy can sort of estimate when people are going to get their product. And like they said, buyers are more likely to purchase items that are delivered quickly. So yes, shorter processing times may lead to more sales. Again, you need to balance it out with what you can handle, because obviously you don't want late orders, because then that penalizes you. Another way, then you piss off customers. You ruin your star seller status, things like that. So, or you could be working yourself and stressing yourself out. So you don't want that either. So play around with your processing times. But you can also offer delivery upgrades, which is kind of nice. So see at the bottom there, under the shipping, you can add a shipping upgrade. So you can offer them some more options. If they need something quickly, they can pay extra to get it shipped. So just know that the cost will apply to every item in the order, even those items whose delivery profiles don't offer the upgrade. So just make sure you're aware of that, because everything's combined. It's going to apply to everything in the order because it's assuming you're going to ship it all together. So just make sure that you're aware of that. Okay, let me double check I'm getting all the questions. I wanted to do shipping to other countries, but was afraid to do that. I would check it out. Just try Canada at first, or just try the UK. They're usually not very big issues with those. I've shipped all over the place, and a lot of places ship to Pennsylvania first and go from there. Yeah, and a lot of places ship to New York. And I have to see, there was for a while, there was like a hub somewhere that Etsy was shipping to, and then they were shipping out from there. I'm not sure if they still do that, but they were like having all their orders go to one centralized location, which is nice. Okay, so you can also offer postage discounts, but in the way of like free shipping. So you can do coupons for free shipping. You can set that with a minimum order. You can do it for just a certain time period. You can send you can send a targeted offer to, like, if somebody abandons their cart or has recently favorited an item, you can send them a coupon. Basically, we see that you favorited this, you want free, order it now and it'll ship for free. So you can do that, for certain time periods. You can have a coupon that's always available. I have a free shipping coupon set up in my shop that's just there all the time. And I just offer that to local buyers so that, if anybody local tells me they want to order, I say, go ahead and order on Etsy. Here's the free shipping code. And, then it takes off shipping for them, and I can just hand deliver it, or they can come pick it up from me. So let's talk a little bit about free delivery and whether you need to do it in your shop, or, if it's critical or if it's something, you want to do. So free delivery can be a powerful marketing tool. It's true. I think Etsy said that one of the top reasons that people abandon their carts is because they add it to their cart, and all of a sudden they see this shipping price added. So that's one of the number one reasons that people abandon their cart and don't go through with the purchase. And yes, that does make sense. I mean, I don't know anyone else here go to a website that says, order $100, get free shipping, and you're at $80, and you're like, I might as well order $20 more of product to get free shipping. I'm going to pay $20 in shipping anyways. I might as well. So you do increase your order. And I mean, I do that, and I see items with high shipping, and it does discourage me. But you have to figure out if it works for you based on the size and weight of your products. So you can turn on a free shipping guarantee in your Etsy shop. So anything that's anything that's $35, orders that are $35 or more will ship for free with that free shipping guarantee. It does get you some priority in search placement, so that people will see your items more than others, possibly, if you offer that free shipping. But you have to figure out, like I said, you have to figure out if it works for you. I know that for me, it didn't work as well because when I had to add shipping costs into the price of my product, it increased the price of my product so high because shipping costs are so high for wreaths that it stops people from even clicking and even adding it to the cart. So we didn't even get to the whole abandoning cart part because they didn't even add it to their cart. They barely even clicked on the listing because when they saw it in search, it looked so much higher in relation to other products of its kind. So even though it says free shipping, sometimes people don't see that. Sometimes they're just looking at that high initial cost and they're not paying attention. So you have to see if it works for you. And you also have to see what your competitors are doing. So if your competitors are doing free shipping and all their prices are looking, one way and they're all shipping for free, you may want to do it. You may want to figure out how to get your pricing to look, similar. And that way you're ranking alongside them. Because if you have shipping costs, one of the ways that Etsy ranks items is shipping cost, not item cost, but shipping cost. So if your shipping costs are higher than somebody else's, you could rank lower in search. So think about that. Make sure that you are doing what your competitor's doing, that you're meeting or beating whatever it is they're doing so that you can be competitive in search placement. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that when you go to pricing. What I ended up doing is sort of splitting the difference and adding some of my shipping cost into the price of my item and some of my shipping cost is shown separately. But that way it doesn't seem quite so high of a shipping cost. Because I've sort of split the difference. And that way people aren't quite scared away as much as they could be. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about prepping your orders, packaging supplies, marketing materials. So definitely when you're just starting out, you definitely need to have a scale so that you can weigh your packages. Either, what are those rulers called? Not a ruler, but a measuring tape. So that you can check the size of your boxes or your packages. If you're ordering boxes, just remember that the dimensions on the boxes are the inside dimension technically and not the outside dimension. So like the cardboard adds a little bit. If it's skewed a little bit or if it's overpacked, it's going to be a slightly different size. So you might see, if you're only taking those dimensions that are written on the box, you might see a slight difference with if you measured the outside. You're going to need, somebody did ask me this recently, is, what do you need as far as a printer, or should you just take your packages straight to the post office? Here's my suggestion. When you're first starting out, get you a cheap printer from Walmart, from, Amazon, whatever. Just get you like a $30, $50 printer, whatever the cheapest is, that prints in black and white. You don't need color. You just need a simple black and white printer. And then you can just tape that to the box or tape that to your package. That's probably the easiest way to start out. I didn't, that's what I did at first. And then as I shipped more, I did buy a label printer, one that's thermal, so I'm never buying ink. It's small. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It prints already on, sticky labels, so I can just slap them to the box. I don't have to use extra tape. It's a lot easier, but yes, there's a little bit of a cost to a thermal printer. They usually cost a couple $100. But, you don't need to have that to start. So if you, first just starting out, a printer is fine. I would suggest doing that versus taking your packages to the post office, because the post office is going to cost you more. Etsy does have a discount for buying labels on Etsy. So there's like an online discount that you're going to pay less than if you went into the post office or you went directly to FedEx or whatever. So I would suggest that you print, use Etsy's labels and print your own rather than going to a store to get it done. You're going to save a lot more money. And then you can, so that you can print, like I said, I don't know if anyone's here from other countries, but you can print, offer labels for Australia Post, Canada Post, FedEx, USPS, and Royal Mail, and Global Postal Delivery. So there are some options depending on where you live. They can't do UPS. So if you do UPS, you'll have to do it another way. But you can do FedEx a lot cheaper. I found it a lot cheaper than even my own account with FedEx. So I found that Etsy's FedEx rates were a lot cheaper and better. With postage labels purchased on Etsy, you print them, straight from your home. It automatically puts, the addresses on there, the tracking numbers on there, and everything's all integrated into Etsy, so you don't have to worry about copying and pasting tracking numbers. The customer immediately gets, as soon as you print a label, they get notification of that the item has been shipped out, and they have the tracking number there so that they know, how to track it. And, everything's there on Etsy. If you need to go back and you need to double check on it or whatever, like everything's just already in Etsy, which is kind of nice. So, and tracking is one of the factors now in the Star Seller program. It's very critical. So if you don't add tracking to your orders, that, could be one of the reasons why you don't get Star Seller. They're really encouraging people to add tracking to orders. So we're just hoping that, I know there is one person on here from Etsy watching, we are just hoping that they fix the local orders issue, so that we can still get credit for sending something to somebody local that doesn't have tracking. But for all other cases where you're mailing something out, make sure that you're adding tracking to it. There are some instances, if you're outside of the US, that some of those exceptions might apply. But if you're in the US, make sure that you're using tracking. And obviously, make sure that you're shipping your packages on time. So Star Seller, obviously, one of the things that on Star Seller also is making sure that you are getting your products out on time and you're not having any late deliveries. You can, though, if you get stuck and you can't ship something out on time, you can always change your delivery date. Now, remember, you can only do it once per order. So make sure you choose wisely. You need to make sure, because you can't change it again. So make sure you're giving yourself enough time if you need to change your delivery date, but you can update that one time for every order. You can also include a little note in that message that just to let the buyer know, like, sorry, I had to order one more piece to finish this off, or whatever. You can send them a little note along with that date change. Make sure that if you know that if you're dropping off packages late in the day, that are they going to go out that day or not till the next morning? Sometimes you just need to make sure on those cutoffs. So I know, like, my UPS drop off, like, they don't pick up until like 6 p.m. So I'm pretty good about, as long as I get things there during the day, I know it's still going to go out and be marked that day. And then post delivery, one of the reasons, so when shoppers write about their experience of a purchase on Etsy, there are 3 factors that they mention. Quality, customer service, and delivery is the third one. So, that is something that's really important to buyers. So make sure that, again, that you're keeping your customers in the know, if they, so they know when their products are going out, or if their products are having to go out late, or if there's some kind of issue, that you're making sure that you communicate that to them. Like 97% of the time, I can tell you, like, as long as you're communicating to your buyers, they're fine with it. They just want to know what's happening. Now, if you get a review about delivery, and like that's all that they mentioned, then it could be against Etsy's review policies, and you could report it. And if you report it to Etsy, they might take it down. So if there's an issue like USPS lost your package, or they delivered it late, or they didn't mark it right, or whatever, and it's not, that's out of your control, and it's completely, a post office issue, then you can, you might be able to report that review. Just don't answer it. Don't reply to the review. Report it first and let Etsy review it, and they might remove it. This is not really your fault. So when it comes to returns, make sure that you are stating in your policies whether or not you take returns, and your time frame. Like, do buyers have just like a certain amount of time in order to contact you about a return? Because obviously you don't want somebody contacting you 2 months from now or a year from now saying, hey, now I want to return this. Make sure you're clear on who's supposed to pay the return postage. The good thing is now in Etsy's shipping, you can actually print a return postage label and send that to the buyer. So that's kind of a new feature within the last year or so, that you can, if somebody needs to return something, or if there was a problem, or whatever, you can send them. Now you'll pay for the return label, but you can send it to them so they don't have to worry about going to get a label, or taking it to the post office. They can just drop it off with the label that you have. And then communicating with your customers, like I said, being fully transparent about an order and answering common questions shows the customer that you care about their purchase. And like I said, they are more than happy, to accommodate if they are in the know. You can use saved replies, which are pre-written messages to respond when a buyer sends a question or comment that you receive frequently. And I use those a lot in messages, because I get some of them, some of the same messages all the time. So I saved a message reply so that I can just click, add that to the message, and it, I don't have to type it all out again. And handling delivery challenges. This is the time of year that we get delivery challenges, right? So we'll likely run into some. If you haven't already, lost packages, damaged packages. So I will say that, every time I've had an issue, I've updated my policies on Etsy to make sure that I have this taken care of going forward. When things are lost, when things are damaged, who handles it, how long do they have to let you know? Make sure if you're doing a claim, you need the buyer needs to keep the item and the packaging until the claim goes through. You need to let them know those kinds of things, because otherwise you might not get paid on your claim. Identify problem areas. If some problem areas ahead of time, you can be more aware. Stay alert. You'll want to, if and when something does come up, you'll want to get ahead of it so you can start taking the necessary steps to resolve the issue. So sometimes, just keep tabs on your items, make sure everything's been delivered. You can actually go to your order screen and you can see what items are still in transit, what items have been delivered. So you can stay ahead of, if you're seeing something that hasn't been delivered, you can kind of get on top of it. Proof of dispatch, have proof of, of tracking whenever possible. And let's see. And at the Etsy seller protection policy, Etsy will work with those who qualify for the seller protection policy to resolve cases, investigate chargebacks, and look into any other issues that come up. So they do have your back. And what's new, in case you haven't seen it yet, there is on your order screen, you will see on your dashboard how many open orders you have that are when they're supposed to ship, so that you can kind of manage what's supposed to ship today, what's supposed to ship within a week, You can also filter them so that you can kind of see when things are coming up due. And let's see. Yeah, that's all that for that. So yeah, I think we are nearing the end. Oh, I wanted to tell, somebody said had a question about shipping. So these are my two favorite shipping. If you're not going to use USPS or FedEx, I highly suggest using either Parcel Path or Pirate Ship. Both of them integrate. Well, Parcel Path is working on an integration with Etsy. Pirate Ship already has one. So these are the QR codes for both. Will take you straight to those websites. I'll just leave it up for a second. If you guys want to screenshot those and make sure you sign up with one of them or both of them, you can get both of them. You can get USPS and UPS rates. You recommend to ship through Etsy and not Parcel Path, Pirate Ship, etc. So it depends. It depends on what the product is. I will say it also depends on where you are. So in some areas of the country, FedEx is a lot cheaper. And in some areas of the country, depending on where you are, like if you're located near a UPS hub or a FedEx hub, I would just double check the prices for yourself between FedEx and UPS. If you ship large packages, like I know you do, Brian, I would double check those, compare those rates and see what's better for you. As far as USPS, the prices are pretty much the same across the board as long as you're not going into the post office. Those will be, you can get a lot cheaper prices online. And again, find me on social media. I am always posting Etsy tips on my Facebook page, which is Beautiful Mesh, on my TikTok account, which is Beautiful Mesh. I have videos there all the time. I love TikTok. Become a little obsessed. So yeah, find me on both of those. And do you guys have any questions? I am here to answer any and all questions. Whoop, nope, don't want to do that. That you guys have. And let me see. Let me scroll through real quick. If they can do reviews from their phone without comments, then do you have nothing to go by? Why is it a bad review? Oh, so you can, reviews posted from your phone don't have to have a comment. When they do it on desktop, it does have to have a comment, which is kind of weird. But yeah, if you get a bad review and there's just, if it's like 3 stars and there's no comment, I would message the person and ask them, I see you left a 3-star review. Was there anything that I could have done to, improve your buying experience? Was there anything, an issue wrong with the product that I could help you with? That's how I would approach it. Where do you get boxes and packaging material? I was getting boxes from Amazon till they just doubled the price on them. So double check that. But if for smaller items, it might be better. Amazon, Nashville Wraps, Paper Mart. It depends on what kind of packaging supplies you need. Nashville Wraps, I get tissue paper and things there. Boxes, now I am having to source because I used to get them on Amazon and now I can't. Let's see. Where's other questions? Okay. Was there any, do you guys have any like Etsy questions that I can help answer? Also, don't forget, visit my website. I have more. I have my blog is there. All my courses information is there. There's a free guide to brainstorming keywords worksheet that's there. So yeah, my website is just laurenkilgore.com, just my name. So yes, let me see. I think, all right. I'm just learning how to use this software. Okay. Paper Mart shipping is awful, is it? I haven't tried. I haven't bought from them in a while. So, but I'm trying to think of where else I get shipping. I mean, a lot of the stuff I get from Amazon. So like my poly mailers and stuff. I mean, there's some smaller companies, you can try, but do you guys have any other shipping questions at all that I can help answer? Any Etsy questions, shipping questions? Anything at all? I'm sorry for the delay and the mess up with the time, but we are here now, and this live will be on my channel, I believe, so that you can rewatch or people can see it. Oh yeah, Uline. Uline, you can get a lot of good shipping stuff from Uline, but if you don't live close to a Uline, you're going to pay a lot of money in shipping charges. If you live close to one and you can pick up, yeah, it's great. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty expensive. All right, well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I will hop off, and hopefully you guys have a great week. And if you have any questions or you need to find me, reach out to me on Facebook or TikTok or, Instagram, through my website. Reach out. If you have Etsy questions, I'm happy to answer whatever you need. All right, guys. All right, well, have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.